as soon as we assumed that things had slowed down a little, it turns out that we were mistaken. BlackRock is back, and this time, huge players, you won't believe it, have joined the frenzy. The money pouring into the cryptocurrency industry is very historic, as I'm remembering specific nations. But what's really going on behind the scenes? How long will it last? And most importantly, how will it affect our beloved Shiba Inu coin? Disclaimer: based on Shiba Inu's recent price performance, which has been relatively boring and flat over the past month, the price has only decreased by 1% for a cryptocurrency, especially Shiba Inu, which is known for its dramatic price swings. Motion is regarded as flat. Shiba Inu has established a reputation for being volatile, drawing attention from both experienced investors and casual onlookers with its previous price spikes and falls. For those familiar with Sharpe's typical behavior, this period of stability appears unusually dull due to the lack of significant movement. When we look at Bitcoin, we see a story that is very similar. After reaching a new all-time high a few months ago, the price has since dropped and shows no signs of returning to that peak. Due to the lack of momentum and failure to hit previous highs, some people are beginning to believe that this is it, that the market has peaked and those absurdly high prices are now history. Contribute to this attitude, which makes investors feel uneasy recently, a Twitter user spotted the growth of celebrities producing tokens, which effectively expressed doubt and highlighted certain crucial top signals that are beginning to arise. The surge of meme currencies and the deluge of profit and loss screenshots on social media timelines due to their high degree of enthusiasm and speculative nature, these indicators frequently indicate the peak of the market when attention turns from underlying value to hype and rapid profits. Similar trends have already been observed during the 2017 crypto bubble, when a large market fall was preceded by a surge of new, frequently dubious tokens and a deluge of jubilant social media messages. This kind of climate raises the possibility that the market is overheated, which might cause a decline when enthusiasm wanes and reality sets in. However, despite all the warning indicators, there is also investors are facing a challenging situation as they attempt to navigate through a dense fog. On the one hand, they are fearful of an impending downturn, but on the other, they are filled with hope due to promising developments. Despite the chorus of bullish voices praising the market, this year has seen some significant catalysts unfolding with more on the horizon in the coming months. Investors may become paralyzed by this confusing environment and unclear of which course to follow because it's difficult to balance the possible rewards against the imminent dangers. It's a question that frequently causes people to become paralyzed by analysis and have sleepless nights. Many others express disbelief, pointing out that many coins, especially those outside of a few sectors, haven't even seen a bull run. For example, when we look at coins like Shiba Inu, their current price is almost 3 times lower than their previous all-time highs. This begs the question, why are they still so far from their peaks? Well, that's a good one, and here's an interesting fact: since the collapse of FTX, only 8 coins have managed to surpass their previous all-time highs against Bitcoin. For those who don't know, the FTX crash is often hailed as the rock bottom point of the previous bear market. People are puzzled by this because, despite the fact that there are thousands of coins in circulation, only 8 of them have increased in value beyond their previous peaks. If this is, in fact, the market's peak as some fear, then this is a notion that verges on absurdity. How can it be that only a small portion of the market has actually flourished in what is meant to be a raging bull cycle? This question is leaving many confused and reluctant to raise an alarm just yet. But wait, there's a tweet that clarifies the situation. This statistic may appear odd at first, but it begins to make sense when you consider that only 8 coins have managed to beat their prior all-time highs against Bitcoin since the FTX crisis. The tweet emphasizes a few crucial. First, it highlights the significance of selecting the right assets. Unlike the previous bull run, in which almost any coin seemed to outperform Bitcoin, this time around, selection is vital. Certain sectors are thriving while others are struggling. It all comes down to where the attention and money are focused. These are some insights that can help investors navigate this cycle. Flowing basically serves as a reminder that, in the absence of a strong incentive for investors to purchase, even the most innovative technology won't see price increases. Therefore, while building your portfolio, Keep this attention economy in mind by bringing up the topic of. Tweet illuminates yet another important factor. Dilution is a fancy way of expressing that the number of new tokens entering the market every day is skyrocketing, as evidenced by the makers of tokens in May alone. Released approximately 500,000 tokens on the Solana blockchain alone. That's right, 500,000 new tokens in just 1 month on one network. But let's not stop there. We should also take into account other networks like Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum, where projects like Shiba Inu were introduced. If we added up all the new launches on these platforms, the total would be staggering. Given that the number of new tokens entering the market is astronomically high compared to the quantity of fresh liquidity, it makes sense that many altcoins are finding it difficult to acquire traction and consolidate their ideas in this deluge of new offerings. The Twitter user provides some context for the current state of the market by pointing out that Bitcoin has been the main driver of this bull run thus far, particularly with all the talk about Bitcoin spot ETF. This focus on Bitcoin has meant that many other cryptocurrencies have been left in the background, with only memes and a few select sectors seeing any significant action. However, there is a silver lining to this imbalance. It suggests that there is still plenty of room for altcoins to catch up, especially if Bitcoin continues to lead the charge as it has in previous bull cycles. However, additional catalysts will probably be required for a true alt season to materialize. Regardless of whether it's influenced by certain industries or more general market variables, the user makes the point that shrewd traders can still benefit handsomely in this somewhat muted climate. It's interesting how accurate Twitter users' perspective of the Bitcoin ETF has been. Even though it was approved in the US about 6 months ago, the excitement hasn't waned. If anything, it's gaining momentum. Take the current numbers for. Many in the space, including the user themselves, have seen record quarters this year despite the mildly bullish conditions for most altcoins. This serves as a reminder that with the right strategies and timing, the rewards can be substantial. For example, over the past few weeks, Bitcoin spot ETFs have seen average daily net inflows of $136 million, and that's not all. Australia just started trading Bitcoin ETFs today, and as of right now, Thailand's SEC has approved the launch of a Bitcoin ETF. It's like a domino effect, with other nations following suit after the US, adding to the excitement surrounding Bitcoin ETFs. And all these developments will undoubtedly have an impact on the entire cryptocurrency space. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you should know that Shiba Inu is extremely sensitive to any movements in Bitcoin ETFs, so it will be interesting to see how it all plays out. Thoughts about the comment that is below this brings this film to a conclusion. If you would like to view more, please click on one of the videos you see on the screen. I would be happy to hear your thoughts. In order to help me with the YouTube algorithm, if you liked the video, please like it and don't forget to leave a comment. You can also help spread the word about this story by sharing it with as many people as you can.